Hello everyone, and welcome to Simply Recollective. I'm Valerie, and here you'll find simple, creative tutorials to help you craft, design, and create things with ease. For now, I'm going to show you how to emboss with the Cricut Debossing tip. It's a hack, but it works. Let's begin. Go ahead and pause and screenshot this if you need to. Okay, start to finish, I'm going to walk you through this embossing hack. So in order to do this, you're going to need some medium weight cardstock. For your base, you're going to need a thick material. I like the acetate, but you could use a craft board or a heavyweight cardstock, 100 pounds plus. That works good too. You just want something thicker than the material that you're embossing. You're going to need the Cricut Quick Swap housing and the debossing tip, which is number 21. We're not debossing, we're embossing, but I'll get to that. You're also going to need a low tack tape. You can use washi tape or painter's tape, a brayer, and a weeding tool. And for this, since I use a heavier weight for the base, I like to use the standard grip mat. There's 2 key steps to this hack that you can't miss or it won't work. First, let's create our guide layer in stencil cut. Open Design Space and a new canvas, and then add your design that you want to emboss to the canvas. So let's say I wanted to emboss this bee flower design onto a card front panel. I would have to add a basic shape on my canvas that matches the size dimensions of the card front panel I want to create. Okay, how do we achieve this effect? You're going to take your design and duplicate it so that you have an extra copy. You're going to take the base and change the operation to score. And then you're going to attach your basic cut to the score layer. What this is going to do, this is going to be your first cut, and you're going to cut this out of the acetate or craft board, the heavy layer, your base layer, to your embossing. So you're going to leave that attached as a basic cut. On the other copy, we're going to take our basic cut and add a very small offset, 0.02. You can also go up to 0.05 if you want, but I'm using 0.02 because the butterfly has little details that I want to be shown. Now that extra basic cut, you can go ahead and delete. We don't need that. So once your offset is set, you're going to take that operation and change it to deboss. Now, you're going to take this set and attach. Once you have that done, don't forget to save and go to make it. Okay, select on mat, confirm. Now, Cricut's going to want you to do the deboss mat first, but we're not going to do that. So we're going to skip to the second mat for our cut. Now, the only way to make this hack work is to make sure that both of your mats match exactly. The easiest way to do that is to pick an area and line it up. And I like, since Cricut has the guides automatically set, I just go 1 row over and 1 row up. And zoom in really close so you can make sure that you're exactly aligned. Now go to your other mat before you start anything and do the same exact thing. Move it to the same exact spot on the mat. Again, zoom in and make sure it's as close as you can possibly get it. Okay, so again, go to your second mat first. You're gonna click continue, and you're gonna pick, for me, I'm using acetate, so. And I'm using the foil acetate. Now, I'm gonna edit tools and pick the scoring stylus because I'm not putting it in. It's just a guide. So we need to first cut our layer of acetate. I always use my brayer tool. It does so much more than people think. Okay, so you need your fine point blade in. And we're going to cut our design from the acetate. Remember, I said don't have the stylus in. Okay, push play. And it'll go through the motion like it's scoring, but it's not going to score. Okay, now it's asking me for the fine point blade, which is already in. And it's going to go ahead and cut out that butterfly mom. Okay, so once it's done cutting that, I usually check my cut before I unload it. Just because I can't trust it. And we need it's cut. Okay, so this next part is important. You're going to take the excess off of the mat, leaving just the design in place. And weed out your pieces. This probably takes the longest out of everything in this hack. It's another reason why I like acetate for this is because you can usually get pretty intricate details. And it will hold up under the debossing tip in multiple passes. So it's really good for batching. I just used this for invitations and it worked great. I did 20. Okay. Once you have all the extra pieces weeded out, the next step, you're going to take your cardstock and place it on your mat, brayer down well, and then tape both sides. Okay, now go back to design space, and we are going to pick heavyweight cardstock for this. I know I'm using medium weight Cricut cardstock, but if I want a really good emboss, that's the setting that works great for me. Now it's telling us to make sure the deboss tool is loaded. after it goes through the debossing, it will have us switch to the fine point to cut. So now just load your mat. And it'll go through the debossing process. And this does take a little bit, but it's worth it for the outcome. Okay, now it's Design Space is saying to swap your blade for the fine point blade. Hit play. And that's literally all there is to it. If you want to do, or if you are doing multiple batches, all you need to do is remove one side of your tape. Whoops. Usually I make it not sticky first. Pull your tag off. And you're just going to leave your acetate, your outline, right where it's at. Put your next piece of cardstock down. And just hit play again. Make sure you brayer. Swap your tools. Make sure you put the debossing tip back in first. And you're just gonna go through it again. It'll have you pick materials, heavyweight cardstock, and there you go. That's how you batch it. If you guys have any questions, just comment and let me know. As always, thanks for watching, and you can find more on our socials. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.